Everything is finished up there, Sir Valar. There's not a soul left alive in this whole bloody place.
Good. Pillage as much as you want, but if you find letters or documents, let us know.
My thanks, sir. I will let the other Bloodseekers know.
We have nearly finished. You've been nothing but an irritant to me, Alistair. I couldn't have taken much more of your company.
Your words are as empty as your sense of honor.
What do you know of my sense of honor? You, who ran away from your duty.
Don't play that game with me. You know what I speak of.
I see that you have still not gotten over your mistakes. Enough idle chatter. We need the documents that the Queen requested. I do not wish to remain here long.
It's gonna be a sweet, sweet day. It might even make my Monday bright when I'm done killing your ass. Hold on, did we get turned around? Are we going back outside? You know the map isn't even a map. It's just a bunch of freaking squares on it. That's not a map. A map actually shows you your location.
So this is your personal army. They look like crows on a battlefield.
Throw Mr. Ugly Face in the fire, man. Do it. Let Relore burn him to death. Can I leave? No. I guess we can finally go upstairs now. The 400 people fighting up here are probably finished. We go up there, they're like, 5 more minutes, my lord. I wonder who won.
This chest is horrible. There's no way to open it without the key. I would bet my life that it contains something important.
This would appear to be what we seek. Let us see what this Godric was hiding. Letters. So he wasn't lying. He did have orders from the King's hand himself. Ah, here is something that will no doubt interest the Queen.
What have you found?
I was tracking down a girl who vanished just as I was about to close in on her. This document details what happened to her. It surprised me that she escaped me so easily.
Moors.
John Arryn was behind all of that. He sent her to hide in the north. And it would seem that this Godric was supposed to join her. John, someone must go to the north and get that girl. The Queen wanted her head at any cost. You are my best spy. I would like you to go in person, take a few men and go to Castle Black. Pretend to be Godric Donnelly. That whore will more easily come out of her hole if she thinks she's found her protector. Send me a raven as soon as you have located her. I will go meet you and take care of her personally.
Understood, Sir Valar.
It is time that I return to the Red Keep to report to the Queen, Alistair.
Don't think that you'll see her without me.
Indeed. We will meet again at the entrance to the throne room.
So now we see how these quests interweave. He's the guy that poses as Sir Godric. Morse kills him. Yeah, Morse. I'm Morse's biggest fan. Like, for real. But it's really cool how now we see how the quests all stick together. Valar was looking for the girl, and that's why she had to hide. And he found out, and then he sent his dudes. And Morris was like, I hate dudes. It killed them all. Alright, so let's go back to the throne room so we can kiss the frickin' Queen's feet. Interesting, I like it. I like it interweaves perfectly. It makes everything starts to make sense now. So far. I knew I recognized that guy. That first guy. I just couldn't put 2 and 2 together the first time I saw him. I was like, we know him. We've seen him. We know him. We've seen him. But I guess I just didn't see enough of him. Drink break is done. Let's go. This picked up my spirits, I'm not gonna lie. I was dogging this game a little bit. But it's just the combat. The combat's poor. I wish they would have did it differently. Having to hit L1 just to use any move is just boring. There's so many buttons on this controller they don't actually utilize in combat, dude. Why don't you just make things hotkeyable? I tap a button, boom, my move goes off. Instead of pause the game, I've got 10 guys running at me with swords, talking about crippling me for life. And now I'm going to be eating through a straw, and that my mother's ugly. Oh, Villar, you're such a saint. You waited for me.
My husband and I.
We're like an old married
took
couple.
your time. 1 second more and I was going to see the Queen alone.
You didn't think I'd give you that pleasure, did you? We're off.
In fact, I'm gonna walk in first all slow with that swag. Just walking all slow up in there. Queen's gonna have all her handmaids. I'm gonna point at him and wink and be like, yeah, baby, you know what's going down. Or not. What's wrong, Villar? Too fast for you, huh? You dizzy? You dizzy? See, Cersei actually looks kind of like her character in the show. Only, she's not banging her brother right now, so it's kind of different.
Ah, my brave knights have returned.
Your Grace, the mission you gave me has been accomplished. Furthermore, here are the documents that you asked for.
Perfect. I note that you managed to cooperate finally. Let me see that. So that wretch is in the north. Good. Now, let us speak of you, sirs. I have had news of your hunt's progress. Your escapades throughout the city are already a source of much talk. I would have appreciated a bit more discretion.
Forgive me. There were many men standing between us and our objective.
I see. I shall attribute that to your inexperience in the matter, sir. Do not let this happen again. I'd rather not have to get rid of you.
Shut up,
But
whore.
after all, this commotion revealed our enemies, did it not? Without that, I imagine that you would not have found out about this mother hen. On that subject, I heard tell that Lord Alistair insisted on resolving matters peacefully at the Potters. Is this true?
Indeed. A massacre would have been useless. I deemed that we could arrive at our ends without killing innocents.
I appreciate your frankness. But those Potters sheltered our enemy's accomplice. They were guilty of treason, even if indirectly. I would have liked for them to pay the price. Really, I imagine it would have been better to spare them, if only to avoid drawing too much attention to this whole affair. What matters is that our enemies have been destroyed for good.
Consider it done, Your Grace. The mother hen, whose true name is Godric Donnelly, will cause you no more problems.
On the other hand, you must know that the man served the hand of the king himself. If he hears of this, his reaction may be detrimental to your cause.
Do not worry, my good fellow. Lord John Arryn will learn nothing of the kind. The hand of the king is dead. I heard of it just a moment ago.
Proof that destiny sometimes does make our lives easier.
Of course, if John Arryn had heard this story, he would have caused problems for us.
And concerning River Spring, Your Grace, have you made your decision?
Not yet, sir. Your collaboration is not yet finished.
Your Grace, I had thought to fulfill my contract by eliminating the enemies of the crown.
You thought wrongly, Sir Alistair. In light of the letter you brought to me, there still remains one person for you to find. The documents that you've brought me will enable us to continue our search for the young girl that you allowed to escape, Sir Valar. This information leads me to believe that she was sent north, somewhere close to Castle Black. Her name is Jane Greystone. I want you to return her to King's Landing, dead or alive. Use whatever means you like. I care not. It is now up to you to prove how determined you are to become the future master of River Spring. Come back to me once you have taken care of the young girl. Not before. You may go.
Unfortunately for you, Alistair, one of my men has already left for the wall. That is a race you will not win.
Unfortunately for you, Sir Valar, one of your men accidentally ran into Moors, and he kicked their ass. I am now level 4. No attributes this level? Oh, but we got 2 skill points. That's not too bad. What does this do? Shoot frantically at your opponent. Attack speed plus 25% against your target. The effect will stop if an attack misses. And you need less time to shoot at immobilized enemies. If your opponent is immobilized, attack speed plus 20. Take time to gain your energy while focusing on your enemies. We'll get rapid fire. And what's this do? Conceal yourself. Ninja bomb! Sequential shot. Hit chance plus 3% with each attack on the same target. Critical hit for every 5 attacks on the same target. I gotta get some lore skills. I forgot to put points in here. What do we want? Generate heat that helps increase your health recovery. You are more resistant to fire. Invoke Relore's light to blind your enemies. Within a range of 5 meters, they will have trouble distinguishing their allies from their opponents. Oh, so I can take control of one of their guys. Okay, that sounds good. We'll go this way. I need like a heal or something. This is good right here. What's this do? No longer prevents you from gaining energy and lasts plus 5 seconds. So I heal for 15 seconds at 2% a second. So that's 30% of my health. Use the Flame of Life to revive a teammate who's been knocked out. Okay, so if someone dies, I can heal them. Increase the amount of life. When you are knocked out, Relore gives you a second chance. To your first knockout of each fight. That's pretty good too. It's like Rise from the Ashes. It's gonna be interesting what happens when Alistair finally meets up with everybody's favoritist ass kicker.
Well, well. Has the hungry lioness found herself a new lackey?
Are you speaking of the Queen like that? In her own palace? We are in the Red Keep, young man. You must enjoy living dangerously. What is your name?
My name is Uthor of the Vale. I was a knight under John Arryn, the Hand of the King. At least until that whore from the Westerlands killed him.
Careful. Such talk would be ill-advised.
I will say what must be said. She is a murderer and a traitor plotting against her king. I dare to say it, and it seems I am the only one here who does.
You are making some serious accusations. I hope you're aware of the gravity of your words.
My Lord John Arryn was unquestionably loyal to King Robert. He argued with the Queen, and within days he fell ill and died. Was that a coincidence? I think not. And though many may have forgotten what they owe Lord Arryn, I have not.
I could gain favor with her if I turn this little guy in, but he's not lying.
Such accusations would cause you much grief if they were to be heard by the wrong ears. I advise you to curb your rashness for your own good.
I swore an oath to serve John Arryn with my life. I was unable to give it to him in battle, but I can devote it to condemning his assassins. It is my duty.
Your fate is in your hands, my lord. I hope you do not live to regret it.
Do I want to turn him in? Oh my god, that's rough. The Red Keep is harboring a real little gem, a young knight, Sir Uther Donnelly, proclaiming to anyone who listened that the death of the King's Hand was entirely during its cease. Cersei Lannister. Did the idiot have a death wish? To treat the Queen thus so in her own palace and so close to the ears that listen and arms to swipe in the shadows? I could maybe use his naivety to make myself look better in the Sovereign's eyes. I could turn him in and pretty much condemn him to death, or I could walk away. I'm gonna walk away. I don't even like her ass.
Sir Alistair Sarwick, if I could have a word with you for a moment.
Who am I speaking with?
I am Lord Arwood Halton, Master of Castlewood. Your family and mine have long been friends.
Yes, I have heard tell of the Haltons of Castlewood. What can I do for you?
I've heard rumors that you've had difficulty finding your brother, Gawain. Did you get the help you had hoped for from the Queen?
More or less. I am surprised that it is public knowledge. The Queen doesn't seem inclined to flaunt her arrangements.
You will quickly find that it is difficult to keep secrets inside the Red Keep. There are far too many inquiring ears about. On that subject, what say you to moving this conversation elsewhere? I have a residence in the city. We may speak freely there. I have vital information regarding